Hi everyone. In this meditation, we are going to work on the arc line from nibble to nibble. So this is going to be a meditation only for women because only women have an arc line from nibble to nibble. So we have arc line from ear to ear. Okay. We also have an arc line from nibble to nibble as a woman. Now, not everybody is born with an arc line, okay? An arc line, just like a halo, just like magnetism, just like that radiant body, it is something that we practice, okay? So if we are born with an arc line, it really showcases that we have incarnations of great reverence, of great self-honoring, okay? If we don't have an arc line, it can simply show that maybe we are a newer soul to this planet Earth, okay? So we haven't really cracked open that door to our wisdom. But overall, that arc line is our access to the Asatchic record, not only of our incarnations, but also the planet. So it's something we have to practice, like intuition. Intuition is a development. It is learning to trust yourself. So if we're a newer soul, or if we had incarnations where we didn't have courage, character, or creativity, okay, you know, the 3 C's as Yogi Bhajan would say, we might not trust ourselves, okay, as fully as we need to in order to receive these the wisdom of Mother Earth and the wisdom of our soul, okay? So that arc line from earlobe to earlobe really is that gateway to knowledge through experience, okay? So the more experiences we have, you know, kind of the more incarnations we have of courage, of character and creativity, we really hold that frequency in our arc line, that frequency of high reverence, okay? That's self-honoring. Okay, so that's kind of, the arc line is a high frequency, is one of the highest frequencies, because the radiant body is our magnetism. It is our beauty of emotions, beauty of thoughts, and beauty of the magnetic field is that radiant body. So for us as women, we're going to work on that arc line from nibble to nibble. So we know that very much has to do with the heart space, okay, the heart space. So as science is showing or revealing to us that the heart has a stronger electromagnetic field than the brain. Okay, so the heart is sending more signals to the brain than the brain is sending to the body. So think of the heart as the leader. So when we think of the heart is the warrior, and the mind is the saint. So that's when we get into warrior saint and the Yogi Bhajan teachings, okay? So the heart, we see it as like that roaring lion. It's the heart of courage. And without a fierce heart, a heart of grit, a heart of determination, we don't have that warriorship over our lives, and therefore we can't stand our ground. We can't stand empowered. And the mind, when we talk about the mind being saintly, is we have a clean mind. Our mind, we are not full of these mental intrigues that lead to all these fantasies and dilemmas and commotions that just really just scramble and confuse us, okay, with all of this misunderstanding. So saintly is we have elevated understanding. Okay, when we are total misunderstanding in our thoughts, that's when we create this great sort of cause and effect with our environment, where we have what we call this mistake on life. Okay, mistake, it's like a mistake. You don't necessarily navigate appropriately because you don't really, it's hard to navigate when everything's just one big misunderstanding. Okay, it's very hard to navigate when you don't see clearly. Okay, when you're not thinking clearly. So, or to make decisions. It's hard to be decisive when everything you got is kind of misunderstood and mistaked and misappropriated. Okay, So that's that warrior and the saint. So this arc line for women, as we know, we have a larger capacity to hold emotions. So that has to do with that emotional body, has to do with the heart chakra. So women, we naturally, it was installed in us to have a larger heart chakra, okay? Because we are the bearers of children, okay? We are basically the bearers of the soul of the child. So we have to have a greater capacity to hold that frequency of love, to hold that frequency of compassion, so that we can really channel through us the highest version of our child. Okay, so that's why we have that higher, that higher capacity to hold strength in love. Okay, because we are what really gets that higher destiny of, of that child, or of that whatever creation we're trying to put into the ground. We have to have a great amount of container to be able to get the fullness of it. So when we think of being psychic or intuitive or clairvoyant, clairaudient, clairsentience, you have to have a pretty big container to hold that information of the universe, or the wisdom. Okay, so when we have that larger heart, when we have that arc line, we tend to be more intuitive. Okay, think of like the sensitivity of like the nipples, okay, or the breasts. It is indicating that we are receiving information into this area. Okay, we are receiving intuition in this area. Okay, so men don't have that. It's almost like instinctual, like a mother who can sense in her breast that her child is hungry, okay, or there needs to be breastfed. Or you can sense in the breast when you're about to start your period as a woman, because your breasts are actually quite intuitive. They're sensitive. It's a very sensitive and sensual area. Sensual as in it can sense. So we think of the tactile senses, okay, the 5 tactile senses. You can, hear, you can smell, you can see, you can taste, these kinds of things. But the breast is more so of a feeling as in not of a touch, but as it's like a sensor awareness. Like your child, you're not touching you. You not even may even see them. You can't smell them. They're somewhere, maybe they're in, somewhere else, not even the room, but you can just sense it. It's called a sensor awareness. You can sense it intuitively. It's a physical felt sensation that passes through you. It's very much like the breast. It's our ability as women to develop a sensor awareness. Okay, where we just sense things beyond needing to rely on the tactile senses. We just kind of know. Just like a mother, you just kind of know. Even if your child is grown, you just know, okay, my child's not going through a good time right now. I need to call them. I can sense something is off. I can sense their electromagnetic field. It's sending off these signals. I can feel it. Okay, so it's not necessarily you feel it in the breast, as like if you have a menstrual cycle, you may like feel some swelling or something going on, but it's more so, it's kind of the entryway in which the sensations or the sensor awareness penetrates us as women. Okay, penetrates us as women, is that nibble to nibble arc line, while that earlobe to earlobe is more so about connection to of like a cosmic communion. So that's when we talk about channeling of Mother Earth, when we talk about receiving memories of past lives, or channeling psychic information on how to help somebody navigate, or help somebody, make the appropriate, actions that can lead to their sort of fulfillment of the destiny. Okay, that's kind of this earlobe to earlobe. But this nibble to nibble is kind of, we don't really think about. It's that sensory awareness for women, where we sense a lot of us, it can be sensing of the tribe as well. Okay, like we can sense, like for example, our child. That's a sense. You can sense you're connected to them. It's kind of like, or it could be your close loved ones. Okay. It's almost like that pull. It's our ability to kind of pull to us. Like either you're trying to pull in a child, which is a spirit baby, you're trying to pull that into your, your field, or you're trying to pull in your partner, or you're trying to pull in your tribe, or, your authentic team. Either it's spirit guides, or either it's, people incarnate right here, or either, it's other kind of forces that bring you this sense of tribal, which is simply family. Okay, it's kind of, that's where we have that family. It's, think of like at the breast for women, it's where we keep all of our family. Okay, not just biological or ancestral. It can be also just family of, our team, our spirit team, as well as like the people that we have a pronounced alignment with, That's what I would like to say. Just like dolphins. Dolphins have groups of dolphins saying this, they share the same language. So there are no two pods of dolphins that have the same exact communication. It's different because that's their team. Okay, and that's kind of like you're holding that. You're holding the teacher, the student, the shaman, the guide, the grandfather, the grandmother, the father, the mother. It's all kind of being held within this space. So when we connect with that, we're connecting more with the wisdom of the Mother Earth, while the arc line from earlobe to earlobe is wisdom of, we can say, the multiverse. So it's a different sort of thing. Wisdom of like the earth, the ancestors, the stone, and wisdom of kind of that multiverse. So we're gonna work on that arc line. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna have our hands like this so you can see my fingers. I have my pointer finger and I have my middle finger. So we're going to touch here, and then we're going to open, touch, and open, touch, and open, touch, and open. So you're going to get into a rhythm with it, and you're going to close your eyes, okay? And you're just going to allow your breath to regulate itself. So it's going to be like a long, deep breath, so you're not holding your breath, but it's more of a regulated breath. So really get into the emotion of like an ocean, where you can feel the rise and you can feel the fall, and it's very natural. So we're going to go with the beat of this song, which is the 25th Puri. So we're going to put into our arc line, basically blessing our ancestors, okay, blessing our tribe, or any, all the team, okay, the people that have helped us, either, we're having kids, or, our mother, all the people that have helped us. We're going to bless ourselves, okay, bless our destiny, and bless everybody that we come in contact with, so that our sensory awareness can be a blessing, okay, so that we can represent a blessed life. Okay, a blessed destiny, and a blessed past, a blessed present, a blessed future, okay? So, find the beat. So, your eyes are closed, but you're kind of looking at the tip of your nose, okay? So it's right here at nibble to nibble, because we're working on this arc line. So I want you to visualize gas stove blue, gas stove blue, gas stove blue. So we want that blue arc line, okay, blue arc line. So kind of visualize this energy like this, going like this, okay? So open, close, find the beat. now have your eyes just open 1/10, so just slightly open and you're looking at the tip of your nose. Okay, chant. Hudda, 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 hada, 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 hada. Inhale. Hold the breath. Squeeze up mula bandha, sex organ, rectum, navel. Squeeze all the way up the spine. Belly button to spine. Chin tucked in. Fingers are pressed together. Feel the expansion of your arc line from nibble to nibble. Feel electricity ignite. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Exhale. Now place your hand up. Right hand is up. We're still holding the fingers. 2 fingers out, where I have my thumb over my ring and pinky. Press arm to ear, and left hand is here at the heart. Long deep breathing. Feel your sensitivity at the breasts. You're de-thawing any desensitized feeling you have towards yourself. You're opening up the sensor awareness, so as a woman, you can have intuitive abilities that you can sense what seems and beyond. As women, we are the sensitive creatures. We are here to sense far beyond what appears. Hold the arm to the ear and consciously de-thaw yourself. De-thaw the lack of compassion, the lack of acceptance you have towards yourself and others. So that you can begin to elevate your relationships to your family, friends, co-workers, boyfriend, girlfriend. So you can sense what someone needs without asking. You can just sense the unspoken word. You can sense it. You can sense the unspoken word. You know what to give. Just like a mother knows when to give breast milk to her baby, she knows. Be able to know what people need. Be able to know what you need. Be sensitive enough to know what you need, what others need. And have the strength of sensitivity. To demagnetize the tendencies to numb out, to be unfeeling. Magnetize within yourself strength to feel, strength to heal, and the medicine that you are. You carry with you medicine in your arc line, just like breast milk is medicine to a baby. You have medicine in your arc line. You nourish, you feed your family, your friends around you with the right medicine they need to overcome their pollutions. Inhale. Hold the breath. Squeeze up and in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale and relax. So you will feel an immediate effect. That is a powerful meditation. Very, very powerful. And what I recommend after this meditation is to move your body, particularly go out in nature, go barefoot in nature, and just feel yourself really dropping into Mother Earth. Like, feel that you're dropping into your body. So you will feel tingling. You may feel like sensations at the breast. You may feel sensations at the nipples. That just simply means that you're becoming more sensitive to your body, sensitive to what your body needs, what your body commands, and also sensitive to other people in a way that is strong. Okay, so being empaths, okay, it sometimes we feel like we can't be around certain environments because it just is too much weight. Okay, we get too sensitive and we start to feel like kind of raw by it. We feel raw by these sorts of environments. But this meditation can really help us to stand as a woman so that we can be able to step away when we need to step away, and to stand empowered when we need to stand empowered, and to be able to recognize our needs, recognize the needs of another, and to precognitively, like a center awareness, ability to know what nourishes us and what does not, what is nourishing and what is not. Okay, so that we can be able to hold that frequency within this breast arc line of intuition without feeling bombarded, without feeling attacked, without feeling on edge or offbeat or uneven. This can really help us to get into the beat of having that blue arc line. Okay, that blue arc line of intuitive boundary, intuitive discernment. So the reason a lot of us empaths are kind of like all over the place, a lot of people are just really off balance, like, woo, I can't do this, I can't do that. It's because we're not developing our sensor awareness. We're not developing sensitivity. We are all sensitive, and the very fact that we're not working with it, we're not developing it, we're not strengthening it, basically we're not prepared. So we go into environments and maybe, they're a little heavy, there's stuff that's going on, and since we don't really have tools, we're not really prepared, we haven't really developed our psyche or developed our arc line or our sensitive body to be able to handle it, or to have methods on the way to kind of like, get ourselves strong. We kind of just easily get like a roller coaster where we're just kind of whiplashed. So development is a way to consolidate, it's a way to strengthen. Okay, so we all may naturally have this incline to be empaths and to pick up on really harsh emotions, but what can help us to be able to like strengthen, we can say, that blue arc line of sensitivity, so that we can be able to know what to do when we are presented with these things. And that's a good thing about, this Kundalini yoga tradition, is very much we're preparing ourselves for, basically the battlefield, which is, the spiritual warfare. We're preparing ourselves so that when we are in these, situations, we know how to adapt in such a way where we're not losing our footing, we're not losing our balance, but we're gaining a position within that situation where we know what we need, we know what needs to nourish us, we know kind of how to stand in power, we know when to kind of like, say no, and that's the preparation of sensitivity. With just sensitivity, we're just kind of like, that kind of thing. We don't know how to go in the battlefield of, the spiritual warfare. We don't know how to handle it. Okay. So this is really good to help us get a handle on that emotional body, on that empathy, that sensitivity we all have. So we can stand our foot, we can find our position, we can find our ground in whatever sort of situation we're in, because we're prepared. We're prepared for the toxicities, for the pollutions, because we know that, it's a high psyche pressure. So with high psyche pressure, we're going to have to kind of, strengthen those layers of sensitivity. So when we're not sensitivity, we're not developed sensitive, we don't develop sensitivity, basically we are constantly feeling that we're at the mercy of other people's emotions, and hopefully they have a good day, because if they're not, then we're kind of emotionally in the muck. So we want to be able to kind of strengthen that sensitivity body so that really when we kind of walk into a room or we walk into an environment or a situation, we have this prevailing electromagnetic field that ultimately kind of tells people like, no, what is the no of the day? This is definitely no behavior, no to that. And what is the position? What is the ground? What is the footing for this environment? And that's why we develop sensitivity so that we can prevail, so that our electromagnetic field can prevail over all of the battle of like what we call, people dumping themselves on us. Okay, it's people are not going to dump on us if we can prevail over that. If we have it very clear in our electromagnetic field, the no, I'm not doing that, no to the dump yard, and we know how to position ourselves in a way where we can like maneuver ourselves without getting sort of, collapsed or whiplashed by people. Okay, so yes, I'm gonna leave you guys with that.